Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here. Today I'm going to be doing a little price prediction video on Zcash. And I might as well mention right off the start here that, I've done multiple price predictions now, covered many of the main ones out there. So if you're interested in seeing those price predictions, I put links in the description below this video. So yeah, if you want to go and see price predictions for a lot of these coins over here, I've done plenty and you guys can go and check those out. But like I wanted to say, we're moving into, the smaller cryptocurrencies out there, right? The up and coming. And, we're not even in the top 15 anymore. So it's a little bit of a Wild West, right? Once you get into this range, right? This is a top 100 ranking based on market cap. But, once you're over this, you start getting into, the smaller cryptocurrencies. Some have adoption issues and stuff like that. So, it's a little bit of a dangerous territory to play in. You could either make it big or just end up being a bag holder, pretty much is kind of what it comes down to. But it's worth taking a look at because there's definitely some interesting opportunities in all those altcoins out there. But Zcash, right? So it has a pretty small Reddit community, only about 6,000 people, and it's a privacy coin, so it's a little bit of comparable to Monero. People often make the comparison between the two. And, a lot of people do say that Monero is better from what I've seen. And I guess I kind of agree with that, at least in the current state of these two cryptocurrencies. Monero does have a lot of things going for it, right? It's ranking number 9 based on market cap, so it has better adoption. Some say that the privacy is better on Monero. I can't really verify that, but, Monero is definitely one of the better cryptocurrencies out there, right? And that's not to say that Zcash is necessarily horrible or anything, but, Monero is definitely doing well, right? And Zcash is sort of doing its own thing. It's a little bit of an outlier in certain aspects. Gonna go through the numbers here real fast. So volume of the past 24 hours is $36 million, and this is just for the past 24 hours. So that's not an average, but if the average is around that range of like $35 million or something like that, that's pretty good, right? Considering its market cap, you can look in the ranking, and a lot of coins that have a bigger market cap don't have as much transactions in the past 24 hours, right? So that's always good to see that there's liquidity and stuff. And going back here, it has a very, very low circulating supply, right? And a lot of you know that I like to see low floats, right? Low supplies, because this really helps with just one. There's automatically value when there's a low supply, right? There's much more scarcity, and it can make for some really big like price squeezes where it can really just shoot up real fast because there's such a low float, and you often see the bigger prices when there's low supplies. So that's always good to see, but this is a very low supply, right? This is one of the lowest out there, if I'm not mistaken. Only a little bit above 2 million, and I think that's a little. I think this might grow a bit, but this is a little bit dangerous, and I think this might be creating some price action issues. So I'll get into that in a bit. But market cap 550 million, so definitely more room to grow and stuff. But let's see, getting into the price now. This is where there's some concerns that come into play, right? I'm really kind of focusing on the numbers here, and it didn't do much for a while. Pretty much just slowly started climbing up from $40, had its sort of takeoff, and went all the way up to $400, which is pretty nice to see. Trickled back down, and it's been pretty much flat and trading in a tight range now for a while. It's obviously moving, as you can see, right? It was 160 here back in July, and moved up back above 200, below, had a bit of a spike, and right now it's at $232. Okay, so this price action is not necessarily worrisome or anything. I mean, it's not the greatest price action, but you know, there's sometimes some good with price action like this when it's range bound. The problem is that there's a reason for this price action, right? And we have to try to figure out the reason, because you don't want, at least like as an investor and stuff, you don't want this thing to be like flat forever, right? So, you know, as far as price prediction goes and stuff, looking at this price action right here, it does seem like right now we're going to fall a bit more. So I think this will tumble down to, you know, testing some support levels probably, right? So maybe this $160 area, you know, back down here, how low did it go? 147. So, you know, I think it might test around that $150 range in the next couple months, which isn't great to see, honestly. And that's definitely not good for anyone that's holding the cryptocurrency. But basically, I think this flat price action, you know, it's probably due to multiple things, but I think that it's just because it's a, you know, a pretty tight-knit community that's circulating around these the cryptocurrency, and you know, it's making for this very like tight range, right, where there's not like mass adoption and there's no like major selling off. Basically, people using it for privacy reasons, so they're kind of going to be like permanent users of it in a way, if that makes sense. But it's only the same people, it seems like, who are messing around with this cryptocurrency, and I think that that's what might be causing this very flat trading range, right? So like I said, I do expect it to fall back down a bit in the next couple months, right? And from there, you know, it's very hard to say where it'll be in 2 to 5 years. I think it could definitely, unfortunately, break this support level, and you know, if that happens, that would be pretty bad for this cryptocurrency. I would lose a lot of hope for it. I think it would really just tumble down the ranking pretty quickly if it lost that support level, right? We would see it falling back down into its lower ranges. But, you know, it could very well just bounce off that range and just kind of redo the whole range-bound thing. So I think that, you know, like I said, short-term, I do see it falling. From there, though, I think it could be range-bound for a while. And, you know, I mean, it's pretty obvious since it's in a range where, like, what could happen. So, I mean, we're either going to break this support level over here, or we're going to actually see it move back up and then break through this $400 area that it was sort of before. So that's obviously the bullish case scenario, what all the holders want to see. And, you know, I'm not saying that can happen. It's just that in the short term, I definitely think it's gonna go back down. So that's sort of the first point of interest. But yeah, basically, just pay attention to those two areas, and whichever breaks first is going to decide where the fate of this cryptocurrency pretty much automatically, right? And yeah, there's going to be a reason for it breaking whichever level, but that's just kind of how it goes. Otherwise, you know, if it's flat price action, you know, same old, I guess, right? So yeah, let me know what you think of Zcash. Definitely an interesting cryptocurrency out there. Interesting for its privacy reasons. You know, all of you know that I do like privacy coins, because there's definitely a market for those and people who want cryptocurrencies like that. So it automatically will have a user base, which is good to know. But yeah, you know, like I said, this is definitely one of the smaller cryptocurrencies out there, definitely not the smallest. So yeah, I guess it's one that has potential, and you know, it's just a matter of time with this adoption stuff in this whole crypto world. But definitely let me know what you think of Zcash. I'm interested to hear what you guys think overall about this cryptocurrency, where you guys see it going. And with that being said, everyone, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more investing and trading videos. And thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day.